It is impossible to leave your settlement without a special permit. Residents of the part of the Donetsk region, which has been occupied after Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, found themselves in such a trap. Even in the smallest settlements of the region, life under the occupation has changed dramatically.
People are told to obtain a DPR passport in order to become a full member of the so-called republic and to be able to move freely. But most people understand that the so-called DPR passport means an immediate mobilization. Volodymyr Zelenskyy, head of the Myrne Military Civilian Administration.
Meanwhile, since July, the occupation authorities in Donetsk started issuing Russian passports.
I accept the citizenship of the Russian Federation voluntarily and consciously.
It is almost impossible to meet men on the streets of Donetsk, local residents say. Many of them were forcibly mobilized for the war against Ukraine.
There is such a mood in the city now that I would say this is a city of brides. Husbands, sons and brothers were taken away from women, a lot of women, and women impose a great deal of burden on themselves. We have water problems in the city. I regularly see women carrying 2 12-liter water bottles in their hands and bags of groceries. Olha, resident of Donetsk, name changed for the Donbas Realities Project.
The girl and her boyfriend left the temporarily occupied city. They fled exactly from the forced mobilization.
In order to leave, we paid in terms of dollars, it will probably be $1,500. They drove us at night time. They took us on the sly as refugees from Mariupol. That is, we were traveling with refugees. And all this was done in order to leave that hell we were in. Olha, resident of Donetsk, name changed for the Donbas Realities Project.
In the occupied Mariupol, teachers are not allowed to leave the city. So far, such a ban is unofficial, Petro Andrushenko, an advisor to the mayor, reports in his Telegram channel.
All Mariupol teachers are sent to Russia for certification. It is known about Moscow. Without attestation for knowledge of the fictional history of Russia and propaganda in Russian, they will not be allowed to work from September. Petro Andrushenko, advisor to the mayor of Mariupol, on Telegram.
Without mobile communication and partially without the internet, having problems with the supply of medicines and children's goods, the situation on the territory of the temporarily occupied Kherson region remains difficult. At the same time, due to the fear of mass resistance of local residents, the leadership of the Russian occupying forces moves with protection in armored vehicles and body armor. The local military administration reports Russian troops continue to export grain and products to the temporarily occupied Crimea. Compulsory passportization is also being actively introduced in the Kherson region. The Russian occupiers are spreading false information among the population that Ukraine is refusing social payments and pensions. Therefore, it is necessary to get a Russian passport in order to process these payments from Russia. Also, the Russian military continues to block green corridors and evacuation in the region and kidnap civilians.
According to the information of the Crimean Tatar Resource Center, on June 21st and 22nd, the occupiers began to conduct mass sweeps in the temporarily occupied Khanychevsk district. In total, the invaders detained up to 50 people. The majority are representatives of the indigenous Crimean Tatar people. It is known that some detainees are taken to the territory of the occupied Crimea and kept in the Simferopol pre-trial detention center, the Crimean Tatar Resource Center.
Meanwhile, the main goal of the deployment of Russian troops from the territory of the previously occupied Crimea to the Kherson region is the seizure of the North Crimean Canal. Water for the needs of the peninsula is taken from the Kakhovka reservoir. Since 2014, for the first time, local residents have launched boats on the North Crimean Canal. Also, the buses started running from Crimea to the occupied territory of the Kherson region. The locals organize tours, if it can be called like that.
We literally found out in a day that this route was launched and bought tickets the next day.
According to Tamila Tasheva, the permanent representative of the President of Ukraine in Crimea, the peninsula is a hub for the removal of activists, prisoners of war, veterans and representatives of the Crimean Tatar people from the occupied territories. Reported by Pavlo Stelmach, Valeria Sinko, UATV News.